All right, let's go to the Big Ten. We'll start with our game. Ohio State, number 3 in the country. They stay there after this week.
Yeah.
It really kind of felt, for the most part, like the same old story for the Buckeyes. It wasn't dominant by any fashion, by any stretch. But especially now getting TreVeyon Henderson back, the offense felt a little different, and that defense is it's just incredible what they've done all year.
Yeah, they have just played at such a high level. They're very well connected on defense. Meaning the defensive line, the second level linebackers, the back end, they're all on the same page. They don't make many mental mistakes. You don't see very many busted coverages. You don't see very many missed tackles. If you can play a game and have fewer than 10 missed tackles in a game, that's pretty good. And they were averaging, coming into the game the other night, only averaging about 8 missed tackles a game. So, they're doing a really good job with that. And they're hard to score on, right? So as long as they keep doing that, they're going to be in every game. And you mentioned it, the return of TreVeyon Henderson was huge for Ohio State because they looked like a different offense. The problem with them had been they were still leading the Big Ten in total yards per game, leading the Big Ten in passing yards per game, but they were way down in rushing compared to what they've been. They did not have that balance or the consistency of that balance, and you can see right away why when Henderson comes back. I don't think the offensive line is a great, I think they're good. I don't know that they're a great offensive line, but a back like that covers up a lot of mistakes. He makes an offensive line look better because of his ability.
And the coaching staff and Kyle McCord, when we asked them about just having TreVeyon back, they said the energy that he brings, that he injects new life really into the entire offense as well. On the Wisconsin side, Braden Locke, it was his second career start and actually handled himself pretty well, all things considered, against a defense of that caliber. But the big storyline for them is what Braylon Allen's going to look like. He goes out at the very end of the second quarter, does not return in the second half. And if they don't have him, it feels like, because they're still in a 4-way tie right now in the Big Ten West, feels like a lot can go downhill very quickly.
Yeah, he's very, very valuable to that football team, even more so since they already lost Ches Malusi a few weeks ago, so they had 2 really good backs. Then they were down to 1. And, now they've got a young guy that had to come in and play, and he looks like he's got some promise, but he's not at the same level as Braylon Allen. And so, it'll be interesting to see how long he's going to be out, when he can return, and when he's going to be 100%, because he makes a big difference for them. And now, defensively, I thought Wisconsin played very well. All things considered, this was a 1-score game until about 5.5 minutes left in the football game. Their defense kept their team in it and gave them a chance, and then gave up that long run by TreVeyon Henderson that kind of iced the game there with about 5.5 minutes. But up to that point, they had played extremely well.